See, I'm not a person to jump on that bandwagon of believe all women all of the time. And see, stuff like the story that's about to come up is a classic example of this. See, this didn't happen in the United States, but it's indicative of how some modern women here truly feel. And from the onset, some of y'all say, well, that's that person's choice. What's the problem? So here's the thing. Woman in Australia has been going out on quite a bit of dates, right? In some kind of way, it finally makes the news there that she had been homeless, and the guys who knew her were shocked. It explained why she wanted to go and crash at their place, only for her to come out and say, I'm too hot to pay rent. Now, I've seen pictures of her, pretty woman. By no means is she ugly. But at best, if you had a scale, she's not supermodel pretty. But the problem is when you tell women all women are beautiful, the ones who have the best shape and who can live, who are under 30 somethings and can live for right now, pardon the cough, get it in their head that leveraging their looks can get them through things. Trust that I know that Australia has become an expensive country to live in certain spots. You're too hot to be homeless? See, this is an interesting economic model. See, this is why next year on my channel, The Evergreen Wave, I've already got videos between April through July called these different type of capitalist conversations. Not that Australia is a capitalist nation, because I don't think it is. Do you understand that your looks will fade? Some people it hits as early as 30. Some of you it may not hit to 50 or 60, but that model can only carry you so far. Because from what I read from the original article, some of the men were shocked that she was homeless because she carried herself so well. But why pay for an apartment when you are so pretty that men are going to front you? On the onset, you can say this is her body, her choice. You can sit here and say, well, she could get an apartment if she want to, because somebody's going to defend her business model. Not realizing that homelessness is an unpredictable malady. And what I mean by this is like that's working for you right now. What happens when dates stand you up when you really needed to eat that night? What happens if a bad storm rolls through and no one's out and you have no shelter that night? And what happens most of all is a man meets you and he likes you, and no matter how pretty you are, he's just not going to take you back to his apartment that night, either because he has integrity or because he's smart enough to know he doesn't know you that well. Then how is your I'm too pretty business model going to work then? Because of the entitlement of this entire generation, it doesn't shock me for some Gen Zer to come out. I mean, yeah, she's probably Gen Z and say, I'm just too hot to be paying for stuff on my own. I'm too hot to be homeless. But you're homeless though, boo-boo. Look, there are women around the world that use their looks every day to make money. It's called being a model. No one's knocking you for that. But at the end of the day, they get paid to do it. And they get paid the responsible societal way to do it, meaning that they take jobs to walk the runway, to do print ads, to do commercials, to do campaigns. You're hoodwinking men into getting a roof over your head because you'd much rather somebody who isn't your husband to finesse you until you get the next come along. The problem is you put your face out there, and what's sad is some guy that what we call in the United States a scent will actually marry her. simply by how she looks. And that's the thing that bothers me about this the most, is that she'll get by with this and somebody will reward her, just like the guy in Atlanta that's a good looking guy that said he's looking for a place to stay, and they're saying over 1,000 black women have responded in the United States. He's black too, of course. See, people can get by with this exhibitionism because you all allow them to, using their sexual prowess to get you into something. And don't get me wrong, the guy came out and corrected himself and said it's more about how good looking I am, but she's not. She's been leveraging her looks the whole time to get what she wants. You feel like you're that pretty, but you don't feel pretty enough to get a job based on your looks that can sustain you to pay rent. So in other words, you don't want to add dope. You just want to buy your time until one guy lets you know he's rich and sweep you off your feet. See, y'all in this Prince Charming crap, you're taking it too far, because now you'd rather live on the streets and have a good looking man take care of you and let you stay at his place for the night and then hit the pavement all day the next day. See, I think this story to be quite pathetic, to let yourself live this way, because you're putting yourself in harm's way. I get that life is a struggle. I get that it's not fair. But you still need to put some effort. You live in society for real, and stop playing these games.